This the link up. This the link up. This the link up. Welcome to the link up. This the link up. This the link up. This the link up. Welcome to the link up. Oh. Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the LinkUp podcast with your host, Mr. King, Kana, and Woods here in the building.
Yo.
What's up, my fellow Homo sapiens?
And you know, this is just one of those sessions where it's just the three of us, guests here, so we just going over all of what's been popping and interesting and all of those type of good words over last week.
Well, good.
Yo.
I tired now.
But I can see that.
Yo, this working thing is ridiculous, Chad.
Hey, gotta make that guap.
No, it's your fault. That's what anyway. We gonna bring out the link up laundry on,
But why not? Well, I thought that was the point.
Okay, cool. Well,
I thought that was the point.
For some
whenever people get this episode, it's going to be uploaded later and stuff like that. Because it's going to be edited later than normal. Because we recorded later than normal.
I hear you. I see you was called out on one of the comments there that you take long for the last episode.
Yeah. And this one gonna be even longer potentially. Cause normally we record on Friday. Today we're recording on a Sunday and stuff.
What happened on Friday? Why we didn't record Friday?
People was lazy, I think. That was basically the answer.
I know that's where I come down to, but I know it had to stem from somewhere.
It didn't there was no reason we didn't record on Friday. And then we was going to record on Saturday. We were just okay, you know what? People was doing other stuff. Let's record on the Saturday.
Swoosh.
And then
somebody was just MIA and
yeah. You know sometimes.
Explain yourself.
Well, Mr. Judge. The thing is, you wake up, you think it's 9, but then you realize it's almost 1, 2 o'clock. That's basically what happened.
The man wake up the time we were supposed to record.
Yeah.
Practically.
But
yeah.
How we hear from you till what, 5, 6?
No, I mean I texted when I woke up.
Oh, okay.
But I was talking
texted
to
when
him.
I woke up.
I talked, but I can't remember what time that was.
Oh, okay.
I texted him. I texted Sean. I said, "Yo, I just woke up now." And then
by the time then we had practically give up on you already, no.
Boy,
King already was like, boy, okay, cool, we're gonna go till 6.
I could understand.
But then you had messaged me around 1, and then I hear nothing from you again till 4. So I was like, all right, cool, I ain't going ahead again. But I have to do it again.
Oh yeah, that.
But you see, we trained even though against all odds and stuff. Even though Friday there were no odds and stuff, but against all of that, we still coming together to give y'all an episode and stuff like that this week.
The only reason is this late because I had to work and I legit come
People
straight from
gotta pay
work.
bills and whatnot,
man got to be
and
adult.
stuff.
Hey, I respect that.
Yeah, it's a trap. Don't do it. If you have a choice, don't grow up. Exactly.
Forever
God,
young.
so what else happened this week? But it's been a bit. Last couple of days been a bit of a blur for me.
By partying, people getting married.
Okay. Okay. Look, before we get into
people getting killed, right?
Okay. Look. Before we get to the marriage one, right? I want to thank everybody that's been watching the last 2 episodes.
You blowing up.
Yeah, definitely got a whole lot of views on those things,
Big ups to Shanti and Demi again. Much respect for coming through and
Yes, we appreciate the guys coming in.
all of that. And even though the people most of y'all most likely watched it for Demi and Shanti, we also we appreciate it still. Those that came back or who know about the show now because of those episodes.
Those new subscribers and things that came through in the last
true.
couple of days and thing.
Just like to say thank you. We appreciate it and we're going to try to keep it up as much as we can. So now this crap.
Hey.
This bullshit.
Hey.
I still
Which
don't.
one that?
This wedding. I'm gonna stop cussing so much.
Wait. Before we go on the wedding, right? Because I feel like once we hit that topic, we hit it now. But
we already practically.
Before we go on that topic, right?
Mama, give me all hype now.
This is gonna be
a room full of 3 dudes getting excited to talk about a wedding. Yes.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
But before we talk about the wedding, this is just a call out to the DJs in Amsterdam now.
I don't think they're gonna be really hearing it. But
I don't care, dog. I just want to say it. I want to get off my chest.
Okay then.
Look at your crowd, dog. When you play music, look at your crowd. Don't look at the people next to you because they're gonna be your hype man. Look at the people that be listening to what you're playing, dog. Because I see some shit. People, like if you just look at the DJ, you would be assuming that the party lit and everybody having a good time, no. But it was a moment that the DJ were playing, dog, and the DJ and his friends are lit, jumping up and down, and people just staring at DJs and looking at the fucking DJ playing. No.
But that wasn't when somebody was performing.
No. That was someone performing. I could understand people just vibing and looking at the performance, you know. But if you're a DJ and people just looking at you playing, dog, something wrong. That's all I want to say. What's the chosen?
Okay, I guess that was Woods PSA.
Okay then.
All right. So now this whole so I mean, I guess for those who live on a rock, under a rock and don't know, Prince Harry and what his woman name is from Suits, Meghan something.
Meghan Markle. I don't know how you pronounce it.
I almost called a woman Urkel once. So I mean,
hey, let's make that canon. Meghan Urkel, that's her name.
I know it's either Markle or Markel.
Okay, so the chick from
Urkel.
Suits,
Rachel.
Rachel from Suits, she married Prince. So you gonna stop?
No.
Okay. So the chick from Suits, Rachel from Suits, married Prince Harry is, and everybody losing the shits.
Bye.
I admit I was brought up. I think I was schooled a little bit on a certain perspective of looking at it. But my first thought was like, okay, so
exactly.
But then everybody was like, yeah, this is the first black woman being in the royal family, or this is a good day for like love and togetherness and for black people. And I just like,
why isn't that just for every day? It's a good day to bring loving and be together and blah blah blah. Just because two people get married, I all of a sudden have to be happier for them.
So this is the standpoint I was told. So on one side they got this whole because they break in so many rules and tradition from this man marrying this woman. What exactly rules they break in, I don't know. How many exactly, I don't know. But it seems to be a decent amount for it to be a significant deal.
Has to do with things like the fact that she was married before, so like she's a divorcee and stuff like that. Usually whoever is being married should shouldn't be somebody that was married already.
I really didn't care enough to look about all those things.
Somebody that's black, I believe, like that's
half
black, whatever.
Well, the girl say she does. I mean, I was told she was identified as black, so.
And I was told something else, because you see, I'd leave, when your lady give her opinion on the topic and thing like that, and she was telling me how in some interview she was basically giving a breakdown. It was like, her father's black, her mother's white, or I don't remember exactly which one is white and black. But
her mother black. Yeah, her mother black, because the mother is the one you seen in the memes or the dreads and all that. So
true. Good point.
Mother got dreads now. Shout outs to the mother.
And point was, she was like, I identify as biracial or whatever in that interview. So it's like, she identifies accurately.
So she's exactly what she says she is.
So that just goes even more to my point. But anyway, so people are saying that this is like a breakthrough for that, because they're breaking so many rules and laws, and they're showing that love is much greater than all of that, and they breaking making history and all that.
Cool.
I can understand that point, and can't tell them they're wrong. But then on the other side is like, okay.
Yeah, look.
Let me ask a question. What do y'all think on the whole concept of a monarchy and kings and queens in today's day and age?
It's stupid. It's fucking stupid.
How do you feel?
I don't know, because at one point it's like, all right, it's played out, it's tradition. It's like the only reason people doing it now is because it's tradition. People want to hold on to their values or whatnot. But at the same time, it's like, if that's what the people want to do, if that's what that country decides to do, why not?
That's where tax money going.
They ain't got somewhere in Africa that still got a king and a queen as well.
I believe so. Yeah.
They got other places. So
but I mean, like we live in the Netherlands. It's also, but I'm just like, it's still fucking stupid.
I was just wondering
Just
if
because
I was
you were
only, because
born?
Woods basically, articulating my standpoint. But I just asked the room the question to, see if I was alone in my belief or not.
I mean, to me, it don't make sense either. But
But the argument that is brought is supposedly there's a whole lot of money that has been brought in through having a royal family and these things, through tourism, people who come in to see the castle and all the different ceremonies and stuff that's associated with having a royal family or a monarchy or whatever and stuff. Like when there's like King's Day, for example, and things like that. Those are things that, or there's other ones where they ride in the golden chariot thing on whatever day it is and different things. At least that's the Dutch people. I don't know what Prince Harry and them people just do, because I really don't.
The only difference I think with the Dutch and London and thing is that, I mean England, I think the royal family still has some type of power in terms of politics and things.
I believe so, yeah. I believe so.
I think so, yeah.
Whereas in the Netherlands, I think it's more of a status thing than anything.
The king is just a figurehead. I mean, the king of Holland to be flying KLM.
You got politicians and whatnot who run in the country, making all the decisions, creating laws and all these things. They just show up to like cut a ribbon on the budget there or something like that.
And some of your tax money going to them too.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
That too.
Yeah.
I mean, seems like tax money going to everything except for what it's supposed to. But anyway,
in the Netherlands,
what else is
debatable?
New? What else is new?
Anyway, so that was one standpoint. But for me, again, my whole thing was like, all right, cool. Everybody's celebrating that she half black. I don't know nothing about the chick, other than she's fine and she was Rachel on Suits.
You basically summarized my knowledge on that. She was on Suits and she was Rachel.
Yeah, and she's fine.
She cool, yeah.
Other than that, I don't know nothing about her. So my question was, okay, cool. I'm going to say the black community, because there was a whole bunch of black people that was talking about it that seemed hype about it. So my whole thing is, okay, cool. What's she going to do? Okay, are you hyped that she going in and all that? But what can she do now? Like
nothing. Well, what she can do is inspire a lot of young females to.
I mean, you could do that without being married to a
prince.
No.
Well, this is what I'm saying. To inspire young females to, one day maybe if I dream hard enough, I'll also get married to a prince.
Well, the more realistic answers and stuff that I was being told, having conversations, whether I wanted to add them or not, but having conversations and stuff and talking about this wedding that I didn't really care that much about, but I feel like that Facebook conversation forced me to care more than I wanted to.
But yeah, you started that whole shit.
I brought it on myself. I could have just not posted nothing and just avoided it, ignored it and everything.
Remain ignorant.
But posting that, it just brought everything to attention, and it's like, okay, now I have to care a little because people presented me with information.
But I ain't gonna lie, that because of that, I ain't gonna. My sister himself opened up my eyes to a certain view of it, even though I was still like, huh.
But basically, what I was saying was what she can potentially do, or what I was being told, and is kind of similar to Princess Diana, in how she was a person that kind of stepped out of a lot of norms and was fighting for a lot. Or I think it was Princess Diana, I believe.
Mm-hmm. She was an activist that had a whole bunch of different charities and non-profits and all kind of thing.
But it had to do with the fact that Prince Harry supposedly he in line for the throne and thing like that, and because there's not as many rules on Prince Harry, they're saying that's kind of why he was even able to marry this Markle chick and stuff like that in the first place or whatever. And because of that as well, there's influence and thing that comes from being in the royal family or whatever. And because of that, she can use it to bring awareness to whatever cause. But my whole thing is these are a lot of potential possibilities, hypothetical situations.
What has she done lately?
Okay, again, I didn't go do no research on it, but I was told that she has a record of helping black community and black organizations. Yeah, she has that record.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true or not.
I know she be doing philanthropy and stuff, and that's where she met the Harry guy and
doing work in Africa and all that kind of
their philanthropy work. But
crap.
I didn't know if it was work in Africa.
I believe I
all I know is it was philanthropy. I don't know where it was.
I believe it was work in Africa, I think.
Because I didn't see nobody mention any of what exactly it was. I didn't see nobody mention what exactly it was that she was doing or what has she done for black people. It was something she been fighting for women's rights.
I think Glenicia had given
said she was fighting for women's rights or something like that.
She had given a small charity.
But what has she didn't actually say what she did.
Yeah,
she
but I mean, at the
said,
same time, we didn't ask for no specifics either. And again, we didn't go and look for it.
You know, okay.
I just legit take it Galicia on her word.
Okay,
Shout out to Galicia.
I'm sounding ignorant right now because I haven't really done that much research on the girl. So just keep that in mind. Anyone that comes to attack me after watching this,
whoever is listening needs to keep in mind this is coming from the perspective of two people in particular who did not care about this wedding. Like we talking about something.
I don't care. I was just wondering what the hype, like what really the hype was about. I kind of get my answer, but I still like.
I disagree with the hype.
It just was annoying me. That's why I didn't even go on Instagram yesterday. No.
The conclusion the conclusion I came to was this is not something for us.
Yeah.
This is a pageant, basically. This is one of those things that we're not supposed to understand.
But me at the same time, if you look at it, if you go through your social media, you go through your Instagram and your Facebook feeds, it's mostly women looking talking about it. But and if any fellas talking about it, is either they clouded it. They asking some questions like what we was doing, or they legit. Yeah, okay, no, there's only two reasons. I can't think about.
You know what annoyed me the most about this, and I was really annoyed. I don't know why. No, I do know why, because it was reminding me a lot of the Kim K wedding.
Or Gucci. That was the vibe I got. Gucci marrying whoever who you married.
But the Kim K wedding with the NFL player that was televised everywhere, and then she got divorced 3 days later.
That was Kim K.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I don't know. To me, those things just like it's just two other people getting married. Like the Gucci one too is like
that you have no influence in their lives and they have none on yours directly.
And I don't even like marriages. Fun fact: I've never been to a marriage.
I felt like that be
Me never been to a wedding.
Yeah. Whatever.
I've been to one.
I've been to one.
I've been to one.
I've been to one. I can't remember who.
I think one of my aunts.
I think it was my aunts. I can't remember which family member, but one of them was a family member too.
But to me, like the best summary of this whole wedding situation was, I don't know if y'all saw the clip where some reporter went and interviewed Rihanna and asked her if she was going to the wedding.
If she was invited,
I was like,
why would I be invited?
I met him once, so like I'm invited to his wedding now. Like that's exactly how I feel these people going on about how they're so in tune or like
what was killing
investment and thing that
what was killing me was like but I'm so proud
of what
you had tea with a woman last week, you FaceTime her yesterday, you know her personally to be anyway.
Put more attention in your own business and stop worrying about these princes and kings and artists and all this shit. Look at your own life, make some money. All the time you were putting looking at this fucking wedding, you could have just gone somewhere, made some money. Wise up, people. Shit, man. Sorry.
What's upset?
Yeah, I was really angry about that.
With that whole how would you say like man your business and stuff like that. I was kind of saying that too, but then Super had pulled me up and was like, but at the same time, if it was a Simatino, you would have been proud of them just because they're a Simatino.
Really?
I wouldn't.
And you see, that way of thinking, what I was saying is that way of thinking is just wrong regardless if it's Simatino or not.
Patriotism, nationalism, when you really get down to the bottom of it, it's stupid.
But, dog, we still have it as Simatino.
So we're proud of people because you came from the same piece of land as I did, and I feel pride in your like when you really think about nationalism and patriotism, they're ridiculous concepts that don't make no sense.
But it depends.
I know we all get wrapped up in it. We still get wrapped up in it, but
it depends.
What makes this piece of rock better than the other piece of rock? Like who claimed this rock? Who owned this rock? Who does it belong to?
Okay, Sean, so you're telling me if there was a king and a queen in St. Martin, right? Or there was a royal family in St. Martin, let's just say that. And
that's what them
they get married, you would feel some type of way?
No.
Because that exactly.
No, but if it was a girl from St. Martin that maybe I had grown up with or I had that would have been something different.
No, but now you're saying this is a girl you grew up with and that you know.
Yeah. But okay, even if she was just from St. Martin,
then I
might have watched the wedding. I might have not cared that much about me and to have a strong opinion. I might have watched it.
Have you watched Miss Universe or Miss World?
Nah.
Did St. Martin participate in those junctions?
Asking the wrong people.
Yeah, I was just gonna say no, but I ain't too sure. I ain't want to lie.
I don't know.
I don't think
so. I don't know either.
Yeah, but
I'm sure. I'm sure that they attended to, and I'm sure that maybe someone that you knew, or someone that you might have glimpsed at, or something.
I don't know why I say that super kind of right with that respect is because even up here, let's say we go World of Foods. And they have 2 Johnny Cake stands. One woman selling Johnny Cake, or one man, whoever, selling Johnny Cake from Aruba, and the next one from St. Martin. It's the same fucking Johnny Cakes.
I'm all about supporting black and local, and I ain't even gonna lie.
No, but we're not in St. Martin.
No, but that's different.
So how that's different?
Can you make Johnny Cake at home, John?
If I wanted to, yeah.
Can you?
If I wanted to, yeah.
Can you make Johnny Cake?
If I wanted to, yeah.
Okay, we can buy ingredients, you can make it later.
We could do this thing. But that's not the point. But that's not the point. But what I'm trying to say is, it'll still work. I can't say that what he's saying is wrong because I'd still do it. If what I was saying, the example I gave before the Johnny Cakes, I'm going to choose the person from St. Martin because they're from St. Martin. Mm-hmm. So I mean,
I would choose a person from St. Martin. I would choose a person from St. Martin just because Johnny Cakes are more relevant there. For me, it doesn't make any. The best Johnny Cake I tasted was in St. Martin
because we are the best Johnny Cakes. But then the point is thing.
And the pastéis I would buy from the Arubian fella because Arubians tend to make better pastéis. It's just the location.
But you see, that's the thing. Even if I had known the Arubian style had tasted better, I would still go by the St. Martin now.
No, I would go by the one that I know tastes better.
By now, I would go.
It's my money.
I would go by the St. Martin.
Unless
it's a really big difference in quality, I would still go by the St. Martin.
If I tell you this food better than that food, and it's your money, which food would you buy, regardless of who making the food? Let's be honest.
It depends because you're talking to somebody who, if I have any opportunity, then is about
both of them black.
Group economics. Who is more likely to keep that money circulating in my community, to uplift my community, the people that look like me, the people that I know, people around me.
Okay, we can't really see the ones that look like
us. Yeah, okay, but one from St. Martin, obviously that's a closer connection to me personally and the people in my community,
but
and who is more likely to circulate among before going to other people. So
I understand
wealth within a community.
I understand that statement, but that comparison is not the same as the whole wedding thing, though. I'm sorry. You cannot use that comparison for a wedding, because the wedding is just stupid.
He didn't directly compare it to the wedding, but it was. I had understand where he had me, and he was right in that regard. I can't remember. Wait. I continue.
Yeah, I don't know that, because the comparison with like supporting locals and things and supporting a wedding that you don't have no relationship with just because it's on the same land is not the same comparison.
To me, I just don't care about the wedding on principle. Like, if I don't agree with none of what these royal people do, why do I care who they marry?
I don't agree with the whole royal system in general.
Exactly. Yeah. To me, it's nonsense because, like we said, they got politicians and things making all the rules and doing all these things. I don't know how much tax money comes in off of tourism through the castle. People come to visit castles and stuff like that. I know money does come in. I don't know if it's worth is like that's enough of an incentive just to keep this outdated system going around, to be like, look, here is the person in a parade or whatever every now and then type of thing.
I blame the tourists then. It's your fault that this shit's still going on, because you're coming here to see the king and queen. Just stop. Go see Big Ben. Go do other things in London. Don't go and see the kings and queens. You're just giving them more money to be relevant. Right. And then you have all these lords.
So are you starting boycott the queen now?
Boycott.
It's all like boycott the queen.
Boycott the queen and make money that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Kana, you had find what I was looking for?
Don't pay taxes.
Yeah. So what? No, because what I was saying is that, like, everybody was, like I said before, everybody was putting like, yeah, they're proud and this and this and that. And I was like, I don't understand how you could be proud of somebody that you don't even know. And they was like, yeah, it's supposed saying along the lines of, yeah, they're proud because another black person getting into the royal family and all that. And then I was like, but how that could be if you're proud of you, like I was saying, telling you before, how you be proud of somebody you don't know. And he was like, yeah, but that's the same way how somebody could be like, yeah, you're proud of somebody just because they're from St. Martin. And that's where the whole thing had come from.
To me, it is a similar I understand exactly the way he's trying to say, because
I understand, but that's why I bring up the whole nationalistic. I just do it to a certain extent.
To me, it's the same type of thing. Like when you see Oscar So White, for example, when that was hashtagging whatever year it was, when it was like they had no black people. It's about representation. That's basically what the argument, what Super trying to say, is about representation. And representation matters whether we like it or not. Like, to me, a quote that sums it up perfectly is like, in terms of black people, is like, it's hard to be what you can't see. If you never see yourself in certain positions, in certain roles, as in a certain type of way, it's hard to imagine yourself to even be something like that if you never seen it. It's the same with like when you see certain people who see like a fly car come through the neighborhood, is like, yo, where we from ain't got no kind of money, we never seen nothing like that, but the fact that car passed through, it makes you feel, somebody you know maybe passing that car, it gives you that feeling of like, you know, this could actually be attainable, to see it happen and things like that. And I definitely see how people maybe could see that in Meghan Markle and stuff like that. I don't know where they gonna find a Prince Harry and get married necessarily if you're aspiring as to that. But I mean, it's more about, look at it's a happy moment for them, is like this ridiculously over the top display of love and all of that stuff, and
but you see, that's
blackness
the thing.
being into the palace or whatever, and
if we saying
the choir and the cellist,
I just see that sad. No.
If we saying that the representation is important, then to a certain extent, what my sister was saying on Facebook, we should care about this, because I mean that's not necessarily, doesn't necessarily mean like a representation of us as Caribbean people, but as a quote unquote black person.
Yeah, but I don't know, she's biracial.
Well, it's progress. Like I say, progress is progress, no matter how small. Hey, at least half black. Maybe we go 75% black, and then we're a full black woman in there. Just kick in the back though.
I just feel like boy. I just feel like this is just giving more relevancy to this whole king and queen and prince and princess.
It was bullshit. Outdated. How can we make it hot again? Let's get a black person in it.
Just be done with it. I mean, it's
like Taylor
outdated.
Swift. Every time Taylor Swift thinking, what rapper can she feature with? Get her relevant again.
Okay, I got a question then. You think it would have been as much controversy if it was a black man?
I don't understand the premise, because who would
as in, some like
where's the black prince?
A princess married a black man?
Yeah. One of the princesses married a black man. You think that would have been worse? It would have been worse.
It would have been worse.
It would have been worse, you think?
Worse.
I think I agree with Woods. Can't mean the amount of angry white people for this one.
It's a girl. It's a woman.
Like I feel like there's a lot more negative stigma around black men than there is black women. Black women have their own set of negative stereotypes and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, but
look,
I feel like the general perception of black men is a little, I don't know, is a little more extreme.
Okay,
I don't know. People see it a little more aggressive.
Look at it this way.
Let's say he wasn't Morgan Freeman, but more like
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba. It would have been worse.
No, not even Idris Elba.
He English.
Yeah, but he's still black though. I mean,
not that black.
They didn't even want to give him a role as James Bond.
Chris Brown.
Rachel, yeah, like a Chris Brown, because he more
like a Chris Brown.
Okay, no. You see me crack myself one time? No.
You don't want to have Idris Elba? You sure?
With the record that Chris got.
Bye.
No, I mean like as his skin tone.
Okay, Jesse Williams, the dude.
Okay, yeah. Let's say Jesse Williams.
It would still be bad. But
you think
not
so?
as bad, but look, I just look at it this way, right? All of these NFL players, like these young NFL players and thing, and maybe they had like a light skinned girlfriend or whatever.
I think we got to cut for go and break quickly. So.
Okay, I gonna hold it. We gonna go on break. Come back real quick.
Yeah, let's do that real quick.
The Chosen.
All right, then we're back. Woods, what was there saying now?
Yeah, so like, just to look at like things that happen, like, yeah, still happens actually. With these young black NFL players might have like a white girlfriend or might have fooled around with a black girlfriend or whatever, white girlfriend or whatever, and then all of this controversy that happens afterwards, they charge these NFL players with like rape or whatever.
Dying a bit extreme.
No, I'm just saying to just look for like whatever this young man might have done in his previous like before he became big. And I feel like the same situation would happen with like if a light skinned quote unquote black guy would go, yeah, they would look through this man's background, find any small dirt, anything that he might have done when he was young, and bring it up to dirty the man. Yeah, boy.
Trust me, I would crap that girl went through behind the scenes for real, but we seen all the smiles and the pictures and stuff like that.
I saw her family was more. There was more things, more scandals and things dealing with her family and thing because, the white side of her family, I think it was her father, there was some issue involving him posing for these paparazzi pictures and different things like that or something. Like he was doing a bunch of photos, pictures in the news, and it turned out that he was staging some of them and stuff like that and different things like that. All of this was being brought up for what reason? That like just because she marrying this woman, that these things he marrying this woman. But they had some other thing going on with the white side of family, because most of the scandals seem to be going on with the white side of family.
Well, at least it was a white side.
Like they had a sister of hers or a stepsister, or maybe I don't even know if she's like full family or what it was doing some interviews, and I don't know what it was that she was saying, because like I said, we talking about this way too long for something that I did not care about.
Yeah, but
because I
gonna say this though. I have more respect.
I'm not
for Prince Harry
for this. Why?
Why?
I have more respect for him because he's the one going and breaking all the laws. He's the one that going above.
He just has good taste. He saw a pretty looking
not
girl.
Only that, but
he chose to go marry her.
It's one thing not to just breed her, and
you gotta stop saying breed now.
Is a difference something between just having relations with a young lady and actually looking to marry the girl.
Yeah, no, but that's like I find it sad that that's something that we need to give him a pat on the back for.
Yeah, but no, but you have to understand. Somebody
give him no more respect for that. Like he chose a woman.
I personally do, because they got a lot of bros in that situation that would not put themselves through that kind of scrutiny. Was
he put under scrutiny though? Was any scrutiny directed to Prince Harry directly?
I don't. If there's
way more people hating on the fact that it's like, oh, they just bring in.
But that's from the media. Okay. This is what I believe. Then I pretty sure
Kinda
this
inside.
man get a whole lot of shit from white people from his family with bringing this girl in. Especially with the whole marriage and all that. I sure he gets shit. So to really sit there and stick to it and still be like, yeah, I choose this girl, me and care what you say. And I respect that.
But doesn't that happen with almost any
but to me,
black, like just think about it, right?
Any interracial relationship, cool, but I find it's a little bit amplified now when there's the royal family, because they so hell bent and take stock on tradition.
Yeah, but again, I ain't gonna give him a tap on the back, but I'm like, welcome to reality.
Huh?
I'm waiting to see what he do for black people.
I didn't expect him to do shit, but I went to see what she doing, because everybody hype up about her.
But then don't give him a tap on the back for
this. This is what I'm saying. Prince Harry will get my respect. Like when he does ask something, then he'll get my respect. He ain't do nothing for black people yet. He married one person, great.
Like, I mean, have you followed Prince Harry? Like, you can't really say he has not done anything for black people.
Well, when I know what he does, then I'll
keep in mind, people, we haven't done no research on this topic whatsoever.
I don't care about these royal people. Yeah. If it wasn't clear yet, just for people who may not have realized, if it wasn't clear.
This is just legit because there was a whole long debate on Facebook with like several different parties involved.
Yeah,
so
that went on way too long. Took up too much time out of my day.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. At one point,
I was way too invested.
At one point, I was legit like, all right, cool. I really don't care enough to answer nobody back no more, because it's okay. And even watched it. Everybody, the preacher and then the choir. It was all black.
I was thinking about should I watch it? Because we did plan to talk about it. I was really contemplating, should I watch it before this podcast?
I'm just happy.
And I was like, nah.
I'm just happy
I hear the preacher, the man sounded like he dropped some bars, some enlightening words and stuff. But I ain't
even heard a clip. I saw a little picture of what the preacher looked like. I saw a little picture of the choir.
Maybe I had to be on social media.
Here and there on social media.
Maybe I had to be on social media too much because I was like all over my timeline.
I've seen it, but I just was not that interested to click any of it to actually listen to what was being said, and people got married. Okay.
I clicked on one story on Instagram. I was like, you know what? Today is not the day to be on Instagram, and I just did not.
And it was also on the birthday of Malcolm X, coincidentally. I mean, just to throw that out there.
But you see, that's the thing. This is what I want to ask you, since y'all is dabble in the conspiracy theories here and there, or not necessarily conspiracy theories, but like with all the crap that be going around, like how the media does be try to misinform or like direct your attention certain ways.
You think they try to overshadow Malcolm X's birthday?
Not. I don't necessarily think Malcolm X, but more like the shootings that have been going on in the States. That's what I was thinking about with this whole thing.
The media would rather focus on something like this than shootings.
I mean, think about it. The wedding was what? Yesterday?
It depends though. Because
yesterday was what? Saturday. The shoot we had. They had another shooting yesterday too, and they had one Friday when like 10 people get killed. In the school. That happened Friday. This wedding is Saturday. My whole timeline was about shooting Friday. And then as soon as this wedding come, that's it. Everybody stop talking about mass shootings.
But I think it's also people getting also desensitized by this.
I ain't gonna lie.
So it's a combination of that and also, hey, it's something else. And
but I think guys one of them.
I think it's both. Like, is it the desensitization?
Exactly why I was like, I was waiting on one. I didn't even look into the situation. I was hoping one of y'all would inform me on what happened, who got shot, where the details. And I saw another shooting, but
the one on Friday. Okay, again, don't quote me on these details. But according to what, if I remember correctly, the one on Friday is like 10 people that get killed self. They did again. This is a
school shooting.
Yeah, a school shooting. This is another school shooting.
Where, if you know,
I don't.
It was Texas. Both of them was Texas though.
Texas. It was in
Texas.
Both of them.
Okay.
I'm not sure about. Let me.
Because there was one yesterday too.
Okay, what you go look that?
But yeah, so that was one on Friday. So again, it was a white boy. And again, he alive.
They managed to take him into custody, safe and sound.
He
ain't got no broken collarbone.
No,
nothing. Okay, so
and he looked at the shooting.
The shooting took place. But yeah, hold on.
But yeah, so that's another thing that get me vexed. Chat.
I saw an interesting post on that topic in Navi itself is like the one thing that is going to cause there to be actual political reform and stuff like that with these shootings is it needs to be a black person going in there and shooting up white children. That would be the one thing that would cause them to change a lot.
Or Hispanic.
That would be the one thing that would cause them to change a lot.
I don't think that would
as long as white people shooting white people,
that ain't going to cause it to change because the NRA got so much money. Like the only thing that's going to happen is,
but it happened in the past before though. I saw some people going into the history of certain laws that was enacted.
I understand.
The minute that the Black Panthers started to have a march,
around with rifles and things like that,
it was like, okay, now we change laws so that y'all can't do this walking around with guns and stuff no more. The minute black people started doing it, the laws
but the difference with that and this is it's not just okay the white politicians are making the decisions. It's the NRA which are beholden by the gun manufacturers. So the last thing the gun manufacturers want is guns not to be sold indiscriminately in the States. Because that hurts their bottom line. Mm-hmm. The only way it's going to change is if indeed white people vote the Republicans out because they are the ones that are beholden to the NRA. And that's the only way then you're going to see change. That might happen because of all this bullshit right now. It's more of who funding the campaigns.
It still depends on whether the Democrats could get any decent people because, I mean...
Yeah, some of them still funded by the NRA too, so it's that too.
Not even that, but I mean, if let's say they put another Hillary, who's like this much better than Trump, if she is even better than Trump in any way? Like,
I mean, in certain aspects, like certain aspects, Hillary would have been a way better choice than Trump, because at least she knows how the world market works, and she would not be going in a fucking, which it doesn't hurt us in any type of way, but she would not be hurting like trade with China, because that fucks up the bottom line of the US. So Trump is doing stuff because he doesn't know what he's doing. He's just a blowhorn. He toots his horn and tries to get a reaction. But sometimes when he toots his horn, he gets a lot of times when he toots his horn, he gets the opposite reaction of what he wants. Like with North Korea.
so what? I mean, that was something that we had to talk about quite some time now.
Yo, that was I don't even know what the fuck.
I'm happy we waited till now, because now the whole bullshit switched around.
Yeah, because it seemed like North Korea and South Korea friends, they all buddy.
No. You missed the story.
The denuclearization thing that they signed a couple of weeks back now, that when I actually had in mind to talk about it, but then we had guests and stuff, so we just never got to it and thing. But I didn't see what update was. What happened? They reneged on the deal. They decided that they ain't agreeing no more to denuclearize.
Yeah, something in that vein. So everything was going right, and everyone was like, Trump did it. Trump.
But Trump is the one who set up.
No, the whole argument is that because Trump was being very
there was a lot of people that was praising Trump for the coming together of North and South Korea. Because I saw a lot of people trying to give Trump credit for it. I didn't necessarily understand all the details as to how exactly they feel, but I mean,
okay, this is why they gave Trump credit, because the reason is because Trump was being very like aggressive and alpha male, and saying like, yeah, if you're going to do that, we're going to blow you up and stuff like that. And because of that, North Korea, like, this is the first time that a president was that combative. And it was like, okay, if you go to war with the states, we ain't winning. So that was the whole argument of the reasoning of why North Korea said, you know what, let's start doing these peace treaties. But it came to find out it was more because one of the nuclear plants that they were working on, there was an explosion and a bunch of people died, and they lost a bunch of the nuclear capabilities.
I remember seeing on one of the bases that exploded.
So that was one of the reasons, probably the catalyst of why he did it. Because like, okay, we lost a lot of the minds that actually know how to produce. How to produce this, first of all. And then the peace treaty started happening, and Trump's gonna get all these praises and things. Cool. I was like, hey, if Trump was the catalyst for peace in North Korea and South Korea, hey, I ain't going.
Can't eat on that.
Yeah. But what happened now is that there was a military drill with with the US and South Korea.
With just New York. Just New York and South Korea.
Yeah.
Screw everywhere else in the States, just New York.
So with the US and South Korea, and they were doing it in the border of North Korea.
The DMZ?
Demilitarized zone.
In the border.
You don't know.
I know what that means, but I can't be sure.
Okay.
But it wasn't around the border.
Okay.
And
anyway.
Kim Jong-un saw that as like, we're doing peace treaties, but you're doing like military drills near our border. And because of that, he said, you know what? Fuck that. We're not doing that anymore. So that's the state that we're in right now.
So it's back to square one.
Yes, basically.
Okay. Long story short.
Peace, people. How easy it is to disrupt it.
I don't know.
Speaking of division.
Oh God.
Yanny or Laurel.
I like that.
Awesome segue, no? I know.
Yeah, I like it.
I think it was the whole to have an influence on you. We need to stop this.
You damn would.
No,
that was a professional segue.
Yeah, it was a good segue.
All right, okay. But me personally, I hearing Laurel real friggin' clear.
Okay. Yeah, Laurel
real clear.
You see, that had me wondering about the gender difference with this thing, because like I tend to notice a lot more females was hearing Yanny.
Well,
no, I have. Like Bob was hearing.
Bob was the only one in the whole group of men and women that was literally.
Yeah. We had girls hearing Laurel too. So. But supposedly, what it is Well,
I know it's supposed to be Laurel. From what I saw,
Yeah,
it's
it's
actually
supposed to
is
be
Laurel.
but because
from what I can understand is it depends on what frequency your brain tends to focus more on. So I think Laurel was more on the lower frequency side, and
yeah,
Yanny was
if
more
supposedly
higher
if you had
frequency.
higher, if you like could hear more detail or some shit like that, you hear Yanny. But like you hear more bass and like monotone stuff like that, you hear Laurel.
Like that had me thinking about my own ears and stuff like that. For the fact that I couldn't hear the Yanny, I was like, bye.
I don't even contemplate about that no more because I know mine's screwed.
Yeah, but I don't know. I was thinking that maybe I could have saved them a little longer.
Oh no,
you know?
I come
like,
to the fact that mine gone.
I don't really use. I just hardly listen to like music and headphones and things like that. When I go in places, I don't really be having much long commutes like that.
I don't know how I could do that.
So I just don't have music in my ears and things like that because I trying to save my ears, you know, to make music and stuff like that. So I just use headphones when I'm making music only when I'm in my house, and
But
even when I'm home, I use speakers.
But it could
most
also
of the
be
time.
it could also be the flip side of it. That's certain low tones your ears, because like your ears work in a very weird way. Like certain frequencies, if it's too loud, your ear cannot hear it anymore. It just
But
blocks it out. So it could be the opposite, that people are not that
sensitive.
sensitive to like low frequencies because of something that might have happened. Something might have blown up next to the ear, you know. Because when it's an explosion, it tends to be more lower frequencies. And when it's like a high pitch, like a rocket or like a speaker, something like frazzing out, it's more higher frequency. So it depends.
I think I see what you mean, because I had to get a gift from a friend of mine, and it was one of those electric lighters. Yet I ever come with you with it? Like some people that is really it has really bothered some people, and for me it's just like. But I kind of chopped that up to like, I just halfway deaf anyway, so that's just why it don't bother me. But I don't. It's probably with the whole frequency thing.
There was a couple other completely random things other than this Laurel and Yanny thing that we didn't talk about from weeks back, such as the Walmart kid that was still in my notes for some reason. Him getting a deal and signing to Atlantic.
Like I have no opinion. To be quite honest, I have no opinion about that, because that is just ridiculous and is like,
it was a meme and people trying to make it legit.
I mean, the song ain't bad.
It's so interesting to show, like, telling of the times that people just completely forgot about this yodeling kid and on to like the next meme, whatever, barbecue Karen.
It's just
potato salad Karen. Shout out to Baby Q Becky, but
yo, that meme hilarious.
Yo, but I ain't gonna lie to that.
The amount of things that I put Baby Q Becky in already, dog. Like MLK March in the back on the phone. Like,
they put him on the wedding too, though.
They put them.
She had to stop this. There was too much.
Yo, the internet could never be defeated. Yo, I don't want to.
Forever young.
But you see the whole video? Oh, you have seen that video too?
But that was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Like the acting that this woman was putting on, it was like, oh my god.
For y'all who haven't seen the video, go in.
I didn't even know what to type in. Like, it just came across my timeline. I didn't even know how to find the video. I wouldn't even.
Okay, I don't know how to find it, but I think if they could.
White woman calls police on barbecue. Something
or
like
white woman call police. Yeah, that's
I bet if you just type barbecue meme on Google, you're gonna get it.
Or something along those lines.
I feel like it's.
But just to give some context, is a group of black people in the States. There was barbecuing, and not supposedly, but this white woman come and cause that kind of police, because supposedly they weren't allowed to have charcoal grills in the area.
Yo, that's the thing. It's the most ridiculous reason.
We have confirmed
barbecue Becky to be more specific.
If you go to Google and type in barbecue Becky, you'll see the video.
I was seeing potato salad Karen going around as well. Like there was calling up potato salad.
That was a potato salad with like the carrots and like the cheese on the.
I saw them down with raisins or something. Like, the potato salad with the raisins.
That was a real Caucasian something for real one. Potato salad with raisins.
Yeah.
But anyway,
what you gonna do?
Anyway, like we were saying, the video is the white woman calling the police on black people because, according to her reasoning, charcoal grill or a certain type of grill they was using was not allowed to be there. So she feel like she had to call police.
Ridiculous thing I ever saw.
And it wasn't bothering nobody. they was asking everybody else if they was bothering them. Everybody said no, but she still felt the need to call the police.
To me, it was a white woman, another white lady self that was talking to her during the interaction that was on the...
Oh, that was a white woman?
According to me, I believe it was another white lady, similar to like the Starbucks situation and thing like that.
Okay.
Who was talking to her and was like, they're not even playing loud music. They're not doing anything. Like, what's the problem and stuff? Like,
yeah. But then come to find out, when the police come, homegirl just started to cry.
Breakdown in
about how they was threatening her and she was scared.
Performance.
She was scared for her life and all that kind of thing.
Hyperventilating and everything. Like they're talking about they threaten her and
Hey, you know what? You know what, people? This is what. Look, if you live in the States and you got the money, move out. Just move out.
Yeah.
At this point,
let them stay there.
Nah, bye.
Where they gonna move to? They can come here. Let them keep BBQ Becky over there. Okay, we don't need her coming over here.
No, I talk about black people.
Nah, they can stay there too.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about no, legit. If you can move out the States,
we're going to Wakanda.
Boy, go to at this point, like legit, go to Africa.
We're working on it. Don't worry, we're working on it.
Because this is getting crazy.
Let me know when the construction finish. Okay.
Cool.
This is getting crazy. I think next time you will see a black man get arrested for blowing up a balloon. I'm waiting on that. A black man get arrested for blowing up a balloon.
Question.
Answer.
Since we're on this topic and thing, we kind of briefly went down a little bit of a conspiracy theory hole. What do y'all think about the concept that? Because it's like every day there's a new incident that happening, from the Starbucks to the BBQ Becky. I feel like every day there's some other thing that happening, or there's the shootings and thing. I mean, to me, it seems eerily similar to the climate that it was pre-election, when it was every week almost there was another incident of police brutality that was going on, stirring up racial tensions. That was the perfect climate for Trump to take elections. And there is midterms coming up in the US
in August.
Oh, okay.
Another set of elections coming up. So my thought is like, we see all of this stuff stirring up more of the same type of things, so that we could use the same kind of tactics that we used in the previous election to capitalize off of this one. If you make people feel like they're enemies, that's when politicians come with the solutions. Look at the problems here. Now politicians got the answers.
I like a good conspiracy theory, but me personally, I think it's just because of social media and everybody has just more availability and accessibility to the internet and post shit like that. That like shit like that always happens.
But that's the thing though, it doesn't always happen. It does have its little waves where it's like, okay, it's extra frequent, and then you don't hear nothing for a while, and then it's back in the news again. Why is it back in the news again?
I feel like ever since Trump came into ever since Trump came into the election, it's been ramping out. I
there's definitely been a lot more.
Yeah, since 2016 till now, I just feel like it's like this is stairs that doesn't ever end. It just keeps going up. And I feel like 2019 gonna be worse than 2018, and 2020 gonna be worse than the previous year. Just because there's no light at the end of the tunnel yet. I don't see it. And this man, he's provoking this. Because this was always like bottled up inside, and it was happening here and there, but it was mostly held back. But now they have someone to like point at to say, look, he's allowing
if he does it,
yeah,
I can do it too.
Yeah, so that's why you see it more.
But then again, to a certain
But do you prefer that or not? Because
that's what was going to be my question.
I recently was watching Azalea Banks' interview on the Breakfast Club and stuff like that, and she had a quote that I agree with, that I like. The way she phrased it was like, I like my racist. It's like, if you don't like me, let me know. Be a Trump and stuff, so I know who's the enemy type of vibe, versus do you like me or not, like the covert type of racism ways, like you being my friend in my face.
But then and I gonna add on to that, just like how you say with the Breakfast Club interview, Charlemagne been saying that. He been saying that, ever since this Trump getting into office, it's one positive thing is you get to see who the real racists are. People coming out of the shell. So
I'm not against it, but
it
at
shows
the same time,
who you don't fuck with no more. I mean, who you don't mess with no more.
At the same time, like, it's not like the Trump effect. It's not just Limited to that. It's also
wait,
shooting.
Is that coin term now?
I guess
like,
so.
Is that or something?
Con to me is more populism. That's the term that I know is a political term when you're referring to playing over the majority type of thing. When it's looking at, okay, we playing towards white people in the States, like with Geert Wilders, or we playing towards the majority, which is white people in Britain with Brexit and stuff like that. Populism is that type of politics playing.
But it's not just that. It's also with Trump backing the white supremacists and stuff like that. Like this man, the man that shoot up the school, this man was following like white supremacist groups. He was very right wing, and all of this is just promotion. He was 17 years old, and all of this is also the Trump effect.
And I'm sure you're gonna get a slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
17
and the man killed 10 people.
And he killed 10, injured 12.
Injured 12.
What was, just out of curiosity, what was the weapon of choice? AR-15?
No, it was
a
handgun.
Boy, this man made bombs too, no? This man had bombs in the school, the bombs didn't go off.
And you see, speaking of bombs,
did they call him a terrorist? Did they call him a terrorist?
No, I don't think so.
Some publications did, but the major the social media, the news media that I follow call him a terrorist. The mainstream media are not going to call him a terrorist.
You see, that's the thing. I don't know if I would follow Lil Duval on Instagram. This man, I mean,
I don't follow him. Yeah.
Huh?
I'm familiar with him, but I don't follow him. No.
Okay. I didn't follow this man on Twitter, on Instagram. This man put up something that he had posted on his Twitter. He was like, taking away guns ain't gonna solve nothing because crazy people gonna just learn to build bombs. And I was like, boy, he kinda have a point.
There is some support for that based on the fact that when you look at the UK,
kinda have a point.
Because there was recently that the murder rate in the UK exceeded that of the US, and this was with knives. Like they were to the point where politicians was saying like anybody caught with a knife, like for any purposes, like you get in jail time and thing, because they was cracking down on knives because they ain't got guns like that. And acid attack, there was also like rises and acid attacks and stuff like that, because like if I want to hurt you, I ain't got a gun, I'm gonna find some way to do it.
Yeah, but
like I think I'd rather get shot than an acid thrown on me.
But the difference with that is like, okay, like let's say you're in a room, you're in a room with 100 people, right?
Depends, get shot
and you walk, let's say you're walking in a classroom or something like that, and you have a knife or you have a acid tub or whatever. You can stab one person, right? Let's say there's 30 people there. You stab in one person. You think all 29 people will stay watch you stab everybody else with a knife, one by one? But with a gun, you could legit.
Wait.
I forget what the video was. I do a bit about that.
Chris Rock.
But yeah, like if you get stabbed, you deserve to get stabbed.
That's not like a Family Guy sketch.
If you're the fourth person to get stabbed, you deserve it.
But that's the difference with like with a AR-15. You could like legit just walk into the room and sweep off the whole room in a couple of seconds, you know, and that is the difference. Like someone with a knife, you could stop, and someone throwing acid on someone's face. Hey, it's fuck up for the person getting the acid on the face.
If you duck low enough, like, you just might get on your back, or you know, your back of your neck.
Like, I ain't trying to encourage none of this, but I'm sure if I wanted to, I could learn to make a bomb on YouTube. I'm pretty sure the information is there.
But the funny thing about that is the bomb can still explode in your face, and you could die making the bomb, which is really ironic.
But just putting it out there, because I'm not a terrorist for the NSA and CIA, whoever listening, like, I'm not doing that because I'm not trying to make bombs. Just getting out there.
And the funny thing about this whole thing is, like, let's say the problem in the US was not guns but bombs, right? Let's say bombs was the problem, and then the right wing argument would be, we fight bombs with bombs. See how stupid that sounds. How are we gonna fight a bad guy with a bomb, a good guy with a bomb?
Yeah.
That's how stupid the argument is.
Or we'll just keep saying we need more guns. This is exactly why we need more armed citizens.
I don't know, because our whole good guy with a gun thing, it could be cool. I mean, not cool, but it could work. But then there's too many shits that could go bad.
By the way, at the school they had securities with guns, just to put that in.
Oh yeah?
Yes. So,
and this man still in there?
Bye. He white?
I recently was watching I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. I believe it was the Joe Rogan podcast where he had this dude on. I think his name was Coleon, something like that. But basically, he's a dude that's one of the people on NRA TV and stuff like that. And he's a black guy, which is what kind of caught my interest and stuff like that. Because I'm like, wait, a black person is on NRA TV? Okay. But either way, that's what I was thinking, potentially money. That's why I was curious to see, like, okay, what's this guy's story and stuff like that. And honestly, I found that he made a lot of interesting points. One of those being, like, when it comes to generally, when you look at the gun debate and stuff, when you have people on the left or the liberals or whatever who may be anti-gun and stuff like that, oftentimes, or when you have Hollywood people especially speaking out on certain issues, is like you saying you're not for guns when you're protected by guns or live in a gated community with a security guard that has a gun to keep you safe so you could not need a gun. And like oftentimes when people are saying that, it's because they live in a society that's somewhat protected by other people with guns and stuff still. So it's like, and as well, he had said, like, most of the time, the people who aren't against gun is for people that never was in a situation where they felt that their life was in imminent danger. If you was never in a situation where you felt like your life was legitimately at risk and you would have loved to have something on you to defend yourself, because that was a part that struck me, because I know my stance on guns and I was never really I was saying the same thing like Woods. I don't understand how more guns equals less violence and stuff like that, or good guys with guns stopping bad guys with guns. I was never necessarily believing in that type of logic, but
it never happened yet.
For me, like when he mentioned that,
it never happened yet. Record, no good guy with a gun stopped a bad guy with a gun. If a good guy,
there was someone of them in the news recently with a black dude who had stopped some people
without a gun. He was armless.
Dude.
Yeah,
right,
he was armless.
You're right.
Yeah, but it would have been easier if he had a gun.
He could have made a rookie mistake and shoot someone by accident instead of shooting the right person.
Maybe, but we don't know.
There's too much. Yeah, I know. But
that was the main point that had kind of resonated with me, because I definitely saw that in myself, in the sense that I was a person that was never put in I lived, even though I was from Samana or whatever, I know people around me have gotten into some things. I never got into nothing that was that deep, that I was that serious, that I felt like, okay, my life was in imminent danger or something.
Because you was lucky enough to get the shoes.
Yeah, and I know enough people in Simanton are from Simanton who would walk around with a knife and things like that, and that's now because the mentality of where they grew up with, like certain environments that they are, situations they was in, they felt like, yo, I'd rather have something on me in case I'm ever faced with those in those type of situations again. But I was never put in that situation, so it's like I don't really know if I'm as anti-gun as I was initially. Basically, he had me kind of reevaluating my standpoints on it and things like that.
Yeah, I understand what he's saying, but at the same time, like the NRA is doing so much stuff. Like Obama, this is how crazy the NRA is, right? So the Obama in 2014 or 15, I can't remember what year it was, but after one shooting, Obama made rules so that this was the max he could do, because the Republicans had the House, had the Senate at the time, so he could not do much. So what he did was, okay, at least let's prohibit people that have a record or people that are clinically proven to be mentally insane.
Some with bump stocks and stuff like that was during the Trump administration.
Yeah, bump stock was Trump. That's Trump. But it was mentally ill people that are on the wanted list. And people that are mentally ill, those people cannot buy guns. That was the whole gist of it. NRA lobbied hard against it, and now people with mental issues can still buy guns. People that are on a wanted list can still buy guns. People that have criminal background, that had abusive histories.
But isn't the whole thing it differs state to state regardless? Like regardless of what?
Yeah, but some states have still some rules, but like. A lot of states use a blanket. Level. Yeah, like you can't override the federal law. Like it's the same thing. Like some states have legalized weed, but it's still like federal police can still lock you up because it's still.
Imagine that. Your local police can't lock you up, but the FBI come, they could take you away.
Like I remember, I forget there was a documentary I was watching online where they was talking about the weed this one particular weed store in Colorado, these people who was opening up a weed store in Colorado and thing, and they was facing that problem because like they couldn't find any banks that wanted to do any business with them because they had all this cash and shit like that on them, and they couldn't work with banks because of the fact the banks was afraid that they may get caught up in money laundering and thing like that, because of the fact that on the federal level it was still illegal and thing like that. So it's like we don't really want drug money, like even though it's legal in Colorado and they just like paying taxes on it and all of these things. I didn't even think of that far. They just got like stacks of cash on them and thing, and that ain't safe. No. And they was making serious money too, dog. Like,
then again, it's Colorado. I think people. I mean, okay, yeah, obviously it's still not safe, but I think like, you know, a lot of people a lot more people wouldn't be looking to go rob nowhere.
I know, but yeah.
Have you never heard a friend say the dumb idea when he had?
Yeah, but you know what it is to say a dumb... There's a difference between say a dumb idea and actually do a dumb idea.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, there's dumb, like... I see a couple of friends of mine throw a home by out the window with a chair, and then there's like robbing a bank.
You want to explain that one?
Boy, that states on too much question marks.
But okay, so ain't no secret. I went, you know, private school and that kind of thing. So, you know, I have a lot of Caucasian friends. Shout out to my white boys. They know who it is. So I have a group. I have this specific group of white boys that I fucks with heavy. So I was staying over my one of them for weekend, and all of them was just there. They were just chilling and whatnot. This legit had to remind me like one of the episodes of Jackass. Homeboy, there was two of the fellas, each on each side of a rolling computer chair. Cause where the partner bedroom is, like, it's kind of not on the ground floor, but it's like a little higher than one story. So like right, he got like space on the window, but right under the window, he had like a little sand trap. They put the smallest fella on the chair and just rolled him straight out the window. Like the windowsill was legit like where the seat level. So legit the windowsill, the chair stopped and this man continued.
Wow. Okay.
That's what I mean by that.
True that. White people.
Look, right.
What can you say?
I love my Caucasian friends. Actually, as a matter of fact, this is my boys. They ain't even white boys. This is my boys, period. Cause I do a lot of crap for them, and regardless, white, black, Haitian, Chinese.
But if I see my friends do that, I would never fall asleep around them. No. They sound like the type of friends that would put a dildo in your ass and fall asleep.
I think they would try. They wouldn't do that to me, but they would fuck around with each other like that, though.
Yeah.
And with that said,
I don't know if I need those type of friends.
Yo, like, I ain't gonna lie, the big shit entertaining, dog.
Yeah. Until it goes too far.
Big.
Until it happens to you.
You never heard Gordon Navigator story about him in when we went on a class trip to Orlando?
I don't recall.
You must ask Gordon about that and see if he got like, I got proof. I got video.
Wow. So just ask the man to see if he
you must ask him about the Orlando class trip, about what happened in the rooms. And I want to see if he gonna like, because I got fucking video to see. I got proof.
And I think I got a perfect story to end the podcast.
Oh God!
So this happened, maybe almost 10 years ago. We went with a big group to Venezuela for a baseball game. And like the rooms were separated, so every player had like rooms with 4 or 5.
Yo, how you always talking like you trying to serenade some girl by who it is you talking to on the other side of this podcast, dog? What?
The man has a very special. The man has a special young lady in mind. Okay?
Shout out to the special people out there.
It happens to us all.
Oh God, that was it. Oh God, I want somebody special too. I'm looking for that special one.
At least it's not a scase, man.
But love me though.
The trifecta of podcast inside joke. No, but for real though, Shanti need to make shots with the love me now on it. You know?
Yo, for real, like, Shanti, you need to get on that. You need to get on that.
I don't know if you're listening, but you need to.
And then we will put under it sponsored by the LinkUp podcast because you know it happened here. But
so, back to the story. So each room had around 4 or 5 people in it. It was mostly guys. So there was this one room where there was always this white boy. They always fuck around with the white boy. It was a group of white boys, by the way. But it was this one white boy. They always fucked around. I don't know why. Maybe because of nerd. I don't know. But anyway, like school this man. One day fell asleep. Why this did not lead to a school shooting till this day? I do not know, boy. But anyway, so this man fell asleep, and these boys, them for some reason thought it was a funny idea to take out their dicks, put it around this man's face, take a picture, and then put the picture on the fridge for the next day. So the next day rolls around, right? This man wakes up. Yeah, boy. Yeah. This man wakes up. The man look in the picture. He sees his face and just a bunch of dicks surrounding his face. That's a white boy story for you. Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, the sad thing about it is, my own ain't really, okay, it's a lot different than that, but ain't that far off.
Boy.
I have no stories to relate to this. I have none.
Ain't that far.
I have nothing to add. Why happy you don't? That's why I don't trust. I don't sleep around people I don't trust.
I don't know what are you. But my story was fucking entertaining.
Like, there was pictures, like, you know, maybe you had a little too much drink, you pass it around the homies or whatever. You take a picture of you sleeping. It's just a picture of you sleeping. That has happened to me before.
That happened a lot.
That's it.
Antigua was pretty bad too.
I wasn't there.
Let's make it clear.
I know what our stories, but I wasn't there.
Let's make it clear. I was not in that room. I was not affiliated with any of those persons.
You heard the story from another person.
Yeah, I just heard the story.
But you see, I ain't want to put Gordo on blast. Without thing, you know. So although the video was on Facebook,
I mean, let's keep that to the inner circle.
Yeah, man, we need to put it out there, man.
I only told the story because the people in the story don't know.
We'll talk about how I feel.
I can hold that one now.
With that said, people,
it's about that time.
All right.
So you know the drill, everybody. If you like, thank you for sticking through this episode. Again, we appreciate the support. All 70 something are you who subscribe. I think.
Yeah. Shout outs.
And like always, if you have anything else you would like us to talk about on the podcast, hit us up, put a comment or send us a message on the Facebook page, the LinkUp podcast.
The IG or the Facebook page. Either one is fine.
Yeah, the IG or the Facebook page.
Or both.
Or either way. If you like this video or if you like this episode or any other episodes, again, hit us up in the comments. If anybody else specifically you want us to talk to, same thing. Hit us up in the comments or in the DM.
This episode 38, right?
This is 38.
38. 38.
All of that. I can't remember. I was anyway. So yeah, you could check me on Instagram, Mr_Labega and Woods.
Woods the Chosen at everything. Everything is Woods the Chosen. So by the way, go on SoundCloud, check my mini mixtape. It's dope. Kinda likes it.
I ain't gonna lie, it bad. I've been running it since I downloaded it.
Okay. And Mr. King 392 on the social medias, but we're trying to focus and build the LinkUp stuff. So whatever comments and thing, preferably put it in there. We're trying to make that more of a central thing.
Yeah.
As was requested, I mentioned, by I think it was Damien, the previous one. Like, why we don't just be on Ashanti? I think it was.
Shanti.
Man.
Yeah. And again, big up the ladies for coming through again.
Yes, we appreciate it.
And all of their viewers and our viewers and all the viewers in general.
And you will find me in the comment section, so don't be afraid.
What you just scare me really now? Like,
I think you just scare multiple people.
I know, but that's the point, no.
Oh, day. Anyway,
I mean, at this point, if you're looking at the episodes, you see, I just say creepy shit sometimes just to say it.
Okay then. But I believe we covered everything we needed.
Blessings.
And on that, we'll see you the next time we link up.
Popping.
Yes.